Hey y'all, hope everybody's having a great day. It's a beautiful day outside. The weather is nice. A lot of people are going to say it's hot, but to me it's not. It's nice. I went outside earlier and sat for a little while just to get some fresh air and just to breathe in and breathe out and take some time and just settle myself, because some days you just have to do that for yourself. Today I'm going to be in Acts 2, and I'm going to start, and this is when Peter preaches to a crowd. And that starts at verse 14, but I'm actually going to go over into verse 22. Acts chapter 2, verse 22. People of Israel, listen. God publicly endorsed Jesus of Nazareth by doing wonderful miracles, wonders, and signs through him, as you well know. But you followed God's prearranged plan. With the help of lawless Gentiles, you nailed him to the cross and you murdered him. However, God released him from the horrors of death and raised him back to life again, for death could not keep him in his grip. King David said this about him. So even though we were responsible for nailing him to the cross, because he died for us, there's a song, even on the cross I was on his mind. It's true. It's true. He was thinking of us. He knew that there was no other way that we could spend eternity without him doing what he was doing. And David said this about him. I know the Lord is always with me. I will not be shaken, for he is right beside me. And we need to understand that. I know the Lord is always with me, and I will not be shaken. I will not be shaken by what people say. I will not be shaken by people's emotions towards me. I will not be shaken by my situation. I will not be shaken by the world's situation. I will not be shaken. That means you're not going to be moved and you're not going to be shaken. For he is right beside me. Right beside me. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. He is always right with us. No wonder my heart is filled with joy and my mouth shouts his praises. How often do we forget that portion of it? We know that he's always right with us, but how often is our heart filled with the joy and our mouth shouting his praises? When we're having a tough day, or we're having a difficult situation, or we're in a battle that we didn't even ever want to be in. We never wanted to be in. And we really don't know how we got there, but we're there. We need to remember that our hearts can be filled with joy because of what he did, and the fact that he never leaves us nor forsakes us. And our mouth should always shout his praise. Should always shout his praise. We should thank him even in the trials, even in the hard, even in the most difficult. We should always thank him. My body rests in hope. So when you're resting, are you resting in the hope that Jesus is going to change, define, move, maybe totally move you out of the country even? Who knows? But are you resting in his hope? And the hope that he has for you, because he does. He gave himself so we can have that hope in him. For you will not leave my soul among the dead, or allow your Holy One to rot in the grave. You have shown me the way of life, and you will give me wonderful joy in your presence. He won't leave us among the dead. He will not leave our soul among the dead. When we pass from this life, we're in the presence of him. And what a joyous thing that is. I don't know why we don't celebrate that a little bit more. I know for us that are left, but I know that's the one thing that got me through a lot with when my dad passed, was I knew he walked right into the arms of Jesus. He walked right in. And that's amazing to me. Dear brothers, think about this. David wasn't referring to himself when he spoke those words I have quoted, for he died and was buried, and his tomb is still here among us. But he was a prophet, and he knew God had promised with an oath that one of David's own descendants would sit on David's throne as the Messiah. So we have that promise and we have that hope. David wasn't speaking about himself. He was speaking about the future. David was looking into the future and predicting the Messiah's resurrection. He was saying that the Messiah would not be left among the dead and that his body would not rot in the grave. This prophecy was speaking of Jesus. whom God raised from the dead, and we all are witnesses of this. Now he sits on the throne of highest honor in heaven at God's right hand, and the Father, as he has promised, gave him the Holy Spirit to pour out upon us, just as you see and hear today. For David himself never ascended into heaven, yet he said, the Lord said to my Lord, sit in honor at my right hand until I humble your enemies, making them a footstool under your feet. So he promises that. He promised to never leave us nor forsake us. He's always with us. He was resurrected for our good. And he pours out the Holy Spirit upon us, and that stands for us today. Even today. I think there might be somebody at the front door. But we just need to stand strong in him and stand strong in the faith that we have in him. I hope you all have a great, great day. I've got to go see why that's buzzing. Have a great, great day, and I will see you back here tomorrow. And remember, you do not have to be shaken by the circumstances that you're in. Have a great day.